we do move on to the other major news this Thursday night, the storms and the dangerous heat wave moving east. 65 million Americans already on alert. Lee Goldberg on the heat coming to the east. And tonight, look at this in Texas. More than 1 million customers still without power in the searing heat there. Now, days after the hurricane. Tonight, hospitals struggling to keep up. Faith Abube from Texas.
Tonight, nearly 4 full days since Hurricane Beryl made landfall, frustration and misery setting in across southeast Texas.
You would have thought that by now they would have had a better plan than what is happening now.
Susie Cisneros and her husband Tony have already lost all the food in their refrigerator. Their only reprieve is when they go to the hospital for Susie's treatments for breast cancer.
I kind of just hang out there at the hospital just to cool off a little bit.
Beryl knocked out power to nearly 3 million customers. Houston's main utility company, CenterPoint, admitting they should have done more to improve their infrastructure ahead of the storm. Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick speaking for Governor Greg Abbott, who's currently on an economic trade mission in Asia, calling for an investigation into CenterPoint.
If CenterPoint meets their goals by Sunday, they will have reduced it from about 2.2 million people without power down to still about 500,000 for next week. Folks, that is not acceptable.
And David, the power outages here in Texas are straining hospital resources. So many patients unable to be discharged because their homes are just too hot. And now this arena behind me being used as a transitional facility until those patients can go home. David.
Extraordinarily difficult several days there in Texas. Faith Abube. Faith, thank you. Let's get to meteorologist Lee Goldberg from our New York station WABC tracking this heat now. Lee?
David, that searing heat definitely has some staying power. We're going on the second week of record-breaking heat in the Southwest. I mean, Las Vegas has topped 115 for almost a week now, and that heat is only expanding eastward into the Rockies and Plains. Now, the remnants of Beryl brought a tropical timeout, if you will, to the northeast from the heat, but it's building right back in by the end of the weekend, all the way into midweek next week. Triple-digit feel-like readings all the way from the mid-Atlantic and Carolinas to the northeast. But before that happens, low pressure's been off the southeast coast of the U.S. It infuses a front with lots of tropical moisture. We're going to have flash flooding all the way from the Carolinas to the northern mid-Atlantic, up to 5 inches of rainfall. Don't drive through standing water. We'll keep you posted. David?
Lee Goldberg of Channel 7 right here in New York. Lee, always good to have you.